Hello! In today's lesson, I will guide you through the process of placing items along the main axis. As you might recall, the main axis stretches from the left to the right. We will learn this to avoid to have all our items crammed together on the left side. There are cases where we prefer some space between them, or perhaps even shift a specific item like the logout button to the right side. Now, let's dive into the code and learn how to make this happen. We'll be working with a property called justifyContent, which allows us to control how content is laid out along the main axis. This property offers various values to choose from, and I'll provide a few examples for you to try out later in this lecture. By default, justifyContent is set to flex start, which means content is compressed together at the beginning of the main axis, left-hand side. If we switch to the flex end, you'll notice the content shifting to the opposite side of the main axis, which is the right-hand side. Alternatively, we can use center to achieve a center alignment, which centers, of course, the content. There are some other useful properties that begin with space. Let's explore the space around value. When applied, each item will receive an equal amount of space on both its left and right sides. This creates a gap between items. Note that when two items are adjacent, the space between them is twice as wide as if it were just a single item. You will notice that the spaces at the start and the end of the container are different. The space between these items is twice as wide as the space here and here. Now, I'd like you to have some hands-on experience. Take a moment to pause the video, make change to these values, and experiment with space between and space evenly. Observe how these settings affect the layout of items along the main axis. Pay attention to distinctions between space evenly, and space around. This practical exercise will help you understand the difference between these three options. After completing your experimentation, go ahead and resume the quick quest. We'll pick up from where we left off and continue with the course. If you find any questions during your practice, don't hesitate to ask them in the Q&A section. In the upcoming lecture, we'll delve even further into the art of positioning items along the main axis. Keep up with the great work. Looking forward to our next section. See you then.